Happy New Year. I'm Corel Pinder, and I have been blogging for over 3 years now, well over 3 years. And I had a friend of mine who told me last year, why don't you start a vlog? And I'm like, oh, I don't really know if I want to be on camera. I don't know. And so I took a long time wrestling with it, and I didn't really blog on my blog for like the last 6 months. I just was kind of, and the same person, they asked me if I'm in hiding. And I guess I was in hiding, but I just felt like God had to do a lot of things in my life before he prepared me for 2017. And I feel like it was very, very useful and very something that I needed. So I'm starting this year off with my vlogs, and this log is called New Year, New You, Unrealistic Resolutions. A lot of us, we fear saying the New Year, New You because we don't want to sound cliche. We say, oh, I don't do resolutions because it's the new thing. It's the new thing to say, I don't set goals. I don't have resolutions. And that's fine if you're saying, I do it every day and every day is a re fine, fine. But I don't want you to just submit to it or go ahead with that saying because everyone is saying it, or it sounds lame to say I have a resolution, or it sounds lame to say I have a goal. I don't think there's anything wrong with goals. I think that 2016 was an amazing year for me because I set goals and I achieved those goals. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with setting goals. So if you are afraid to say that I set goals or I have resolutions, don't be. But I want to talk to you about unrealistic resolutions or unrealistic goals. The first one is, I'm going to lose weight in 2017. We do it all the time. I do it all the time. This year I'm going to lose 50 pounds. This year I'm going to be slim and trim. That's unrealistic. And I'll tell you why. Because there's no plan in place. A realistic goal is tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon after work, I'm going to sign up for a gym membership. That's a realistic goal. By the end of tomorrow, you can check that off your list. You can also put, I'm going to hire a trainer. I'm going to link up with a workout buddy, someone who actually works out already. That is a realistic goal. Saying that I'm just going to lose weight, 50 pounds, not realistic. So think about that. Number 2, I'm going to get a raise. I'm going to make 6 figures. I'm going to have this kind of salary. I'm going to make this amount of money. How are you going to do that? Unrealistic. Again, because there's no plan in place. If you're saying, okay, I work at this job and when I have downtime, I go on Facebook and Instagram, then you're not going to get a raise. You're not going to get a promotion. You're not going to get that money that you want. Instead, there's a job description. You do it. And when there's time, free time, do something creative. Do something your boss didn't tell you to do. Think outside the box. Go over and above and beyond so they can say, this is someone who wants to add to the company. If you're an entrepreneur, you need to be effective in your planning. You have to say, January, I'm doing this. February, I'm doing this. Plan out the whole year. Take this time today to plan out the year of the different projects you're going to do. If you're going to combine and collaborate with people, set that meeting up. Text them today. Hey, we said that we were going to do this project. When are we meeting? Wednesday, 10 o'clock, this time, because you want to be able to put those things in place because you're an entrepreneur. So be mindful, put a plan in place. Those are realistic goals. Setting that meeting, tick it off your list. You set that meeting. You had that meeting. You had realistic goals for the year. A third thing, and I have been guilty for this, so this is not shade. I'm going to find a man in 2017. I'm going to find a man. Oh my gosh, we say it. I said it like every year. Like, this is the year, Jesus, partner in purpose, the man, the one he sent for me. Somebody prophesied, this is my year. I feel it. Like, forget it. It's unrealistic. Why? Because we can't control when somebody comes into our life. We cannot control if it's a God person. I mean, we can get married tomorrow to Tom, Joe, Blow, anyone. I mean, the 30 people that are texting you on Instagram and Facebook. I mean, you can't be married. So it's not even about that. But if you want the person that God has for you, then you can't have it as a goal, because if God's doing it, then it can't be your goal. It has to be God's timing. So what you can do is you can ask God to help you submit to his will. Because if you want a godly husband, you're going to have to submit to him. So maybe God is trying to teach you how to submit and be patient and be obedient. I know we don't like that word, obedient, submit, but if you want a godly husband, that's what you have to do. So ask God, how do I do that? If you're saying, I want to be a wife, God, do I cook enough? So do I need to start cooking 3 times a week? Do I need to start cleaning once a week? Do I need to, what can I do in order to use this time how you want me to use it? Don't just do busy work. Don't just start serving in every ministry in church because you're trying to do busy work. Don't be busy, but be purposeful. Ask God, how do you want me to be purposeful in this season? Do not find a man as a goal, because you're going to find a man that might not be the man that God sent for you. So have a goal as, I'm going to learn how to be more of a homemaker. I'm going to learn what it means to be a wife. I'm going to learn what it means to study. I'm going to sit down before you and ask you, what is it that you have for me to do in this season? So third one. Fourth one, I'm going to be a mother. I feel for everybody that wants to be a mother, but it's an unrealistic goal because it just might not happen. Like you can do, like you and your husband may do what you got to do, and I'm not saying don't do what you got to do, but there's so much pressure when being a mother is a goal. There's too much pressure, and so therefore relax, take your time. If God is saying, I need you to adopt, then set a goal that I'm going to set a meeting with an adoption agency. If God is saying, I just need you to relax in this season and trust me, well, relax. And anytime you get that mother itch, take out a niece, take out a nephew, take out a godchild. If God is saying, I want you to go to the doctor and look into fertility issues that may be going on with you or your husband, set that appointment up. You can set an appointment. That's a realistic goal. You can meet with an adoption agency. That's a realistic goal. But do those things that are going to help you to be able to actually reach realistic things that you're going after.